Welcome to our Friday Faith-Led Gathering. This is our session 5, Praise God. Imagine mo, nakaisang buwan na tayo. And ngayon, napakaganda ng topic na prepare po natin because divine order. So structure natin yung sarili natin. So the question is, how are we going to fix the structure? 'Di ba? Pag hindi maayos yung structure natin ng ating pong bahay, 'di ba? Isipin mo 'yan. Pag hindi maayos yung structure ng ating bahay, konting bagyo lang, nagigiba, tama po ba? So ngayon, ganun din po tayo. Kailangan maging maayos yung structure natin as a leader, as an affiliate member of Live Good and becoming leader para makapag-build tayo ng solid na organization. So building a life, leadership, and live good business that God can trust. So yun po yung ating pong pinaka main objective, yung pinaka main goal po natin. That is our agenda. So now let's go to the slides 1. And our journey so far, ito po yung ating pong journey na kung saan we started session 1 sa ating pong alignment and transformation. Ito yung inner alignment before our outer expansion. So paano po tayo nagkaroon ng alignment? Nagkaroon po tayo ng alignment na we acknowledge na apart from God, we are nothing. Hindi natin magagawa yung business na to nang hindi natin kasama ang Panginoon. And that was the declaration, the declaration moment na sabi natin, we will build the business having God at the center of it. Remember that time? At nagkaroon din po tayo ng discussion about the intentionality ng ating self-transformation. So aware tayo na babaguhin po talaga natin yung sarili natin to become better. Can you please type the word better? So we want to become the better. Hindi man best, no? We want to be the best version of ourselves. Pero alam nyo ba na our best is not yet enough? Kaya kailangan talaga na maging fully aware tayo doon sa ating transformation in the mindset, in the heart set, in our health set, in our business set, and in our soul set, in our spirituality. And then the session 2, nag-focus tayo doon sa Proverbs chapter 27, verse 23 and 24, that before be sure you know the condition of your flocks. Kumbaga dito is maging accountable tayo sa ating mga downline, sa ating team, sa ating pong mga leader. So tayo yung parang nanay no? Tayo yung upline. So ibig sabihin, it is our responsibility na alamin yung kondisyon nila, 'di ba? Parang nakapag new affiliate orientation na ba to? Nakakapag massive calling ka ba or nakaka-attend ka ba ng mga Zoom? What are the struggles na i-encounter mo? So that's stewarding the flock. And session 3 is faithfulness in small things. So dito natin pinag-aralan yung 333, faithful framework. Na whoever is faithful in little, faithfulness before fruitfulness. So ibig sabihin, hindi natin agad mag-jump into massive calling na madami, na avoid na natin yung mga sharing ng link. Wag po kayo nag-share ng link nang hindi po tayo nagbi-build talaga ng relationship muna sa tao. Kasi kaya kailangan talaga naka-GPS po tayo para natututo tayo ng tamang approach, ng tamang skill sets. Kasi pag patuloy natin ginagawa yung ating mga strategy na ginagawa natin, alam nyo, tendency is mababurnout tayo. Mababurnout tayo because wrong execution. Okay? So, that's why that we have to be faithful. Yung pag-aaral natin. We have to be faithful in every little details because after faithfulness, then fruitfulness will happen. And last session, last week, we talked about Matthew 6:33, na seek first the kingdom God and all His righteousness and everything shall be added unto you. So doon, we talk also about the leadership maturity, yung stages, no? Ano nga yung step 1? It's the full surrender. Yung surrender ka talaga na, Lord, hindi ko to magagawa. Pero I know na pagkasama kita magagawa ko to. Yung surrender na, okay, I will follow and obey direction. I will learn. I will follow my upline. Kasi ang hirap po na tayo mismo is andun yung ating pong disobedience. And the next one is yung alignment. We talk about alignment and itong ating paggagawin ngayon, this is part of alignment. And number 3 is the stewardship. Okay? And number 4, pinag-usapan din po natin yung multiplication. So yun na yung reward ng ating faithfulness, no? Yung ating pagbibuild sa ating sarili to become a leader. And the last one was legacy. So napakaganda din po ng ating pong topic last time. So session ba to? Sunod-sunod po ito. Kaya I do encourage everyone na kung hindi man po kayo nakasama, and then panoorin po natin yung isisend ko po sa inyong video link. Okay? Naka-unlisted po kasi yon. Okay, pero yung ating pong mga session for I think andoon pa yon sa ating pong academy. You can go back to that. Okay. And ngayon, ito na yung session 5 which is about the divine order and leadership structure. So we will be learning about structuring ourselves before expanding our influence. So, i-structure natin yung sarili natin. Excited ba kayo na parang malalaman po natin na ano ba yung mga bagay na dapat ko talagang i-fix? Ano ba talaga yung mga bagay na dapat kong ayusin para maging aligned ako sa negosyo ko at maging ready ako na God will entrust me sa mga bagay sa fruitfulness. Kasi kung hindi natin aayusin yung sarili natin, i-rely natin yan sa magiging downline natin, mali po tayo doon. Okay? So, I hope that we are learning on this. Ngayon, ito na po yung ating pong next slides, which is about leadership awakening. Many people, they enter business looking for income. Yun po yun eh. Talagang pagpasok pa lang po natin, parang halata na talaga eh, no? Peso sign, dollar sign ang ating pong dating. Pero kung even yung sa pakikipag-usap natin, alam niyo yung madalas, no? Ganito po tayo eh, no? Sana makapagpa-pay-in na ako. Sino ang sasabi ng ganun? Merong nagsasabi, sana makapagpa-sign up na ako. Ngayon, pag hindi tayo nakakapagpa-sign up, napofrustrate po tayo. Now, what if ibahin po natin yung ating mindset, yung ating pong statement? What if ang sasabihin natin na ano kaya kung nagawa ko yung 3 presentation or 3 calls a day? O kaya, ano kaya ang magiging impact pag I put my 1 hour, power hour in conversation? Ako excited ako doon mga coach, no? Kasi bagamat alam ko, pero may mga time na hindi ko talaga siya nagagawa dahil preoccupied ng mga ginagawa as a team. Sa content creation pa lang, uh, nauubos na din yung aking oras. Gagawa pa ng mga topics, ang dami. So magiging nanay, pero paano na yung aking pag-prospect? So that was a reminder, ito yung mga leadership awakening dapat sa atin na before, no, looking for income, let's reset, no, yung ating mindset. Ano kaya ang pwede kong gawin para lumaki ang aking income? What if nagbigay ako ng 1 oras na power hour na consistently gagawin ko yan araw-araw? Like for example, the simple faithful framework, the 333 principle. Now let us be honest. How many of you are truly executing the 333 framework? Na pang baby yun. Sige nga, meron ba dito sa atin? Yung masasabi mo talaga na tumatawag ka ng 3 prospect a day? Nagpo-post ka ng 3 post a day? Nagfa-follow up ka ng 3 beses sa isang araw? How many of us? Let's just be honest. Let's just be vulnerable. Okay lang po yon. Yung ating vulnerability, diyan po natin nakikita yung ating pagiging faithful. Diyan po natin nakikita na we are honest to ourselves. Ngayon, kung sa tingin natin hindi natin nagagawa, it's just okay. Pero, dahil hindi pa naman huli ang lahat. Hindi pa rin huli ang lahat. Kaya pa po nating ayusin. Are you with me po? Hello? Hindi pa po. O, di ba? Coach Vic, hindi pa po. So, ngayon, ang tanong, wag nating tanungin na, sana makapagpapiin ako. Bakit wala pang nagsa-sign up sa akin? We know already the answer. Bakit hindi tayo nakakapagpa-sign up? There is something lacking. Are you with me? So, dapat ang tanong natin, what if, no? Sinunod ko talaga yung faithful framework. What if isang oras, inilagay ko talaga sa aking prospecting or pakikipag-usap ng tao. Pagpa-follow up, pagtatawag. Nagbigay ka ng, pag sinabing 1 hour, hindi po pwedeng nanonood ng TV or what, kailangan laser focus na yun po talaga yung ating pong ginagawa. So, yun po yung mga realization na dapat po natin ma-awaken po tayo as leaders. But God is interested in building the leader behind the income. Kasi yung income will just follow. Kasi sabi po nga dito sa Luke chapter 12, verse 48, it reminds us na sinasabi niya, to whom much is given, much will be required. So ano pong ibig sabihin po dito? Before expansion comes preparation. Bago tayo magkaroon ng pay-in, bago tayo magkaroon ng maraming leaders, tayo po mismo gagawin po natin yung ating grind and hustle. Gagawin natin yung power hour. Gagawin natin yung ating prospect list. Gagawin natin yung mag-conversation. You remember the flow sa ating prospecting? 100 conversation. Tapos naman, nandito tayo sa ating, i-qualify natin yung ating prospects. Di ba? I-qualify natin kung yan ba ay i-invite ba natin yan sa Zoom? O ito ba ay, ano bang tawag dito? Sisendan ko ba ito ng presentation? Siya ba yung klase ng leader na hinahanap ko? I-qualify natin yun eh. By disarming the prospects. Naalala nyo yung ating core rapport methodology, yung ating bond system that we are going to scrutinize, no? Alamin natin yung prospect na yon. So yung proseso na yon, bago natin siya dalhin sa invitation, bago natin siya papanoorin ng ating Zoom. And then after that, doon na tayo mag-close, mag-handle ng presentation, 'di ba, sa invitation. Doon na tayo magkakaroon ng follow-up and handling objection. So, ibig sabihin dito, before expansion happens, comes the preparation. Ngayon, the question is, are we really, truly preparing ourselves to be the leader that can be trusted? So, before influence comes structure. Bago po tayo magkaroon ng ganyang influence, kailangan yung structure muna sa sarili natin nakaayos. Gets po? So that's the leadership awakening. Remember, sulat po natin yung Luke chapter 12 verse 48 na to whom much is given, much will be required. Hindi po pwedeng aani po tayo ng pagkadami-dami nang wala naman po tayong i-execute. At sabi pa po dito sa next slides po natin, God blesses order. Pag maayos po talaga, yung in order po yung ating pong life, may iron po tayong structure, binibless niya po tayo. Kaya nga doon sa ating mga previous topic, ano po yung napag-usapan natin doon sa ating pong spiritual yung ating spiritual reset. So, every morning, pagising po natin, andoon yung prayer, no? Andoon yung ating devotion, andoon yung ating meditation, and then before tayo magkakandak ng presentation, andoon yung magpe-pray muna tayo para mas ma-bless tayo ng Panginoon. So, ibig sabihin, it is a must for us na if we want to be blessed, kailangan i-structure natin yung ating sarili. At ano po ang sinabi po dito sa 1 Corinthians chapter 14 verse 33. God is not a God of disorder, but He is a God of peace. No? God is not a God of disorder, but of peace. Ano pa yung sabi sa 1 Corinthians chapter 14 verse 40? Everything should be done in a fitting and orderly way. So isipin mo, kung tayo mismo, scattered tayo, ang daming nag-alok, nag-offer, ang daming mga shiny objects sa labas. Naku, wala nang sasali dyan kay Live Good kasi wala na yan. Naglipatan na yung mga diamonds dyan. Nasa ibang company na sila. So dito ka na. Kung hindi tayo in order, mag-isip, in order yung ating behavior, we will be distracted by the noise of the environment. So ano pa yung sabi ng Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1? There is a time for everything. So kingdom leadership, anong sinasabi dito? Kingdom leadership operates through divine structure and order. So kailangan talaga na mag-pray tayo. Ito pong nangyari po sa atin, bunga po ito talaga ng pagdarasal. Ako, I kept on praying. I kept on praying po talaga. Kasi as a solo mom, I have witnessed on how really God transformed my life through prayers. There is really power in prayer. And praise God na this time around, sobrang masayang-masaya po talaga ako na ibinigay niya yung wisdom na yun to involve Him in our business with Live Good. And that's the thing that I'm so much excited dahil kasama natin si Lord dito sa ating pagbibuild. Imaginein mo siya yung pinaka-great upline po natin. So leadership in kingdoms flows through structure. It flows through discipline and divine order. So leaders who respect order, it creates stability. It creates peace and growth in their teams. Paano hindi ka magiging peaceful? Paano hindi ka magiging assured, no? Na meron tayong structure na ginagawa sa Soaring Eagles International na pag ginawa natin yung duplication code, imagine mo duplication code, pag ginawa natin yung ating duplication code na mag-GPS, na yun ang ating pong mantra, na parang you really want to become successful, you have to consider this professionally. Ganyan yung mga pitch natin sa ating pag-disciple or sa ating pagko-coach. 'Di ba nagko-coach tayo sa ating downline. Hindi lang po pwede na sign up ka lang. Hindi po pwedeng ganun. Kailangan ma-disciple natin sila na meron tayo ditong gagawin. At yung duplication code natin dito, number 1, is mag-GPS tayo. Kasi yung ating GPS, nandoon yung ating university. Magkakaroon tayo ng website. Alam nyo ba yon? sei.org. Oh, di ba? sei.org. Hello? Pagpasok na doon, nag-login kayo doon, o andun na. Tapos naman, kung gusto nyo naman, nag-prospect na kayo, sei.webinar. Oh, di ba? So, meron na tayong shortened webinar na ipa-plug in natin sila. So, meaning to say, doon tayo nagtuturo that we are learning and earning at the same time. Ngayon, kung wala tayong ganong klaseng structure, ang tanong doon, paano ba tayo madoduplicate? And that is why we are preparing each and every one of us kasi we represent the Soaring Eagles International. Bawat isa sa atin, parang katawan po yan eh. May ulo, may mata, may tenga, may bibig, may kamay, may tiyan, may paa, may daliri, may kuko. So paano magpa-function yung katawan ng maayos kung hindi po yan ayos? Sipin niyo po, pag masakit ang ipin, di ba hindi po tayo makapagtrabaho? Kaya pag tayo po, hindi po tayo full alignment as a team, di ba? There is a possibility ng magiging dysfunctional po tayo. Am I making sense? So meaning to say, no, leadership in God's kingdoms flows structure, the discipline, and the divine order. And leaders who respects order, it creates stability, it creates peace and growth in their teams. Makikita po natin yung growth po sa ating pong organization. So, ayan po, no? So, are you learning on this? Are you learning on this? So, next one is, ano po sabi dito? Personal leadership structure. So, ito na, no? We are going deeper. Paano ba natin aayusin yung ating leadership structure? Sabi po dito, before building a strong team, God first builds a strong leader. Isipin nyo yung disciple ni Lord no, na 12, talagang dinisciple niya muna yon. Nung nandun nga sila sa laot ng dagat di ba? Parang sinabi na nga, pero na-distract nung bumagyo. 'di ba na ano sila na parang hindi sila naniwala, natakot sila. Pero nung nakita nila kung paano nagbigay ng miracle ng Panginoon, umayos na naman po sila. Ganon din po tayo dito. Yung role natin sa ating mga leaders na minsan nawawalan sila ng gana, nadidistract sila, Coach Lilia. So thank you sa ginawa mo, Coach Lilia, kagabi, no? Shout out sa team mo. And sana nakapasok dito yung iba mong mga leaders. And yeah, andito si Tatiana. So thank you no for having that. Ganun yung upline. Nagno-nurture tayo ng ating pong mga team. Hindi po pwede yung bahala system ka na. So ngayon, before building a strong team, remember that God first builds a strong leader. At ang sabi po sa 1 Timothy, ang sabi po sa 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 16, watch your life and doctrine closely. Bantayan po natin yung ating pong buhay. Because leadership always flow from who you are. Sino ba tayo as an upline? Sino ba tayo as a downline? Sino ba tayo as a child of God? Sino ba tayo as a parent? As a sister? As a friend? So meaning to say, we really have to fix ourselves, no? Ayusin po natin yung mga bagay na dapat natin pong ayusin. So ask yourself, no? Is my life aligned in God's principle? Am I ready to lead others faithfully? Handa ba talaga akong maging upline? Handa ba talaga akong maging silver? Imaginin mo yung silver, yung bronze, 2 tao muna. Ngayon, kung hindi natin kayang i-handle yung 2 tao, paano na yung 20? Paano na yung gold 100 na yon? Paano na yung 500? Platinum na yon. Paano na yung 2,500? Diamond yon. So meaning to say, we start from the small steps na maayos natin yung container natin, yung vessel natin, para hindi mabasag. Mapangalagaan natin yun. So, and praise God because we have this structure that will always remind us, ano ba ang dapat nating gawin? Meron tayong venue na kung saan mariremind tayo, makokorek tayo, tayong lahat magkokorek tayo sa isa't isa. Ako kahit apply nyo ako, open ako for feedback. Because there is one thing that I learned. In life, let us not take feedback negatively. Kasi sa buhay natin, marami po tayong mga blind spots. Hindi po natin yan nakikita sometimes. And what is the good thing is, maging humble tayo for feedback. If we are willing to grow. Okay po ba yon? So ngayon, that's it, no? Leadership always follows of who you are. So that's why, yung tanong natin, is my life aligned with God's principle? Am I ready to lead others faithfully? So congratulations to those leaders na you are being faithful sa pag-GGPS. You are being faithful doon sa ating strategy. So in small things. Kaya ako, ang pakiusap ko po sa inyo, nahihirapan tayo sa big leap, yung biglang hataw. Observe natin yung sarili po natin sa 3 faithful framework. 3 call, 3 tawag, 'di ba? 3 prospecting, 3 post a day, and 3 follow up. Hanggang sa padami na ng padami. Padami na ng padami. Kaya ako ngayon, nag-note po talaga ako dito sa harapan ko. Bilma, 1 hour, power hour. Kahit alam ko na, no? Ang dami ko nang alam, paalam ko na kung paano makipag-usap. Pero kung hindi naman ako uupo at magbibigay ako ng focus, laser focus, na itong mga nakalista ko, mga contact list ko na to, hindi ko ito idadial yung phone ko at kakausapin ko at magpikiprospect ako, wala pong mangyayari. Learning on this? Hello? Are you with me? So next is, yun na yun, no? So kailangan natin i-watch yung ating life and doctrine closely dito sa 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 16. And now, let us summarize the 10 personal values of a faith-led leader. Dito na po, ito na po yung ating pong dapat po. Marami po ito, no? Pero hindi ko po kayang i-discuss po lahat. Pero focus lang muna tayo kasi alam mo yun, may magawa lang tayo dito na isa, dalawa, tatlo. Paano kung nagawa natin itong lahat? Pag naayos po natin itong lahat na to sa atin, yung mga values, yung mga attributes na kailangan po natin i-possess. Ako, ang values na gusto ko po talaga ma-embody is excellence. In excellence in everything I do. Pero parang ang hirap. Pero as long as nandun yung awareness natin na yun na that is the desire of your heart na iayos talaga, nothing is impossible. Okay, so what are the 10 values of a faith-led leader? Number 1 is integrity. So alam po natin ano bang ibig sabihin ng integrity. We are going to discuss on it, no? Number 2 is discipline. Number 3 is faithfulness. Number 4 is humility. Number 5 is responsibility. Number 6 is stewardship. Number 7 is vision. Number 8 is perseverance. Number 9, servant leadership. And number 10 is kingdom focus. So marami pa po ito. Pero what about if, no? Imagine yourself, you try to close your eyes and try to imagine, what if kaya ang mangyayari kung maayos ko ito? Ano kaya yung magiging impact? Ano kaya magiging output ng buhay ko kung ito yung ininput ko at prinases ko sa puso't isipan ko, sa spirituality ko, ito talaga yung inayos ko, what would be the output? Ano kaya yung magiging impression? Ano kaya yung mga mangyayari sa sarili ko, sa pamilya ko, at sa negosyo ko? This 10 na pag-uusapan po natin will really shape the character of a leader God can trust. So can you please show your 10 fingers? Count each value quickly. Say it aloud. Can you please say it aloud? Kahit hindi po tayo nagkakarindigan. Sabihin niyo po sa sarili niyo, this 10 values shapes leaders God can trust. Sige po, pakibasa niyo po yan. Basahin niyo po yung 1 to 10. Number 1, integrity. Number 2, discipline. Number 3, faithfulness. Sabayan niyo po ako. Number 4, humility. Number 5, responsibility. Number 6, stewardship. Number 7, vision. Number 8, perseverance. Number 9, servant leadership. And number 10, kingdom focus. So sinabayan niyo po ako dyan. So ngayon, anong sasabihin niyo sa sarili niyo? These 10 values shapes leaders God can trust. Sabihin niyo po yun. Pag ito po pinoses po natin, I'm telling you, may Live Good family, my leaders. I-possess po natin ito intentionally. Kasi pag nagkaroon po tayo ng structure individually, yung structure po natin as a team, solid. Amen to that? Amen to that, mga coaches? Can you figure it out? So that's why I'm asking everyone na we're gonna do this intentionality. So yung ating pong personal leadership structure, no? Can you please tap on your heart? Itapik niyo po yung heart niyo. Sabihin niyo po, go with me. Leadership flows from who you are and not on what you do. Kasi kahit anong ginagawa natin, pero kung mali-mali yung ginagawa natin at hindi natin muna inayos yung vessel, yung execution natin mali. Halimbawa, ang execution natin is hyping. Wala tayo doon sa tamang value of really giving to people. Ano ba yung mission ng Live Good? To help people get healthy and stay healthy without having to spend a fortune to do it. na hindi natin na ipapakita kung bakit talaga tayo nandito. Hindi natin siya ma-deliver ng maayos kasi tayo mismo malabo yung pagkatingin, pagkaunawa natin sa purpose natin, bakit tayo nandito kay Live Good. Am I making sense? Tapos what else? Ang sabi natin kanina, kailangan ng order. Maging order tayo. Because pag mayroong order, nagiging peaceful ang life. So, ibig sabihin, pag nagiging chaotic, no? Yung pagiging chaotic, hindi po yan nakakapag-build ng kingdom. So, we have to use both our hands to gesture a stable foundation. So, ano yung two? Yung duplication code na magbibigay sa atin ng stable na foundation. GPS, strategy, the power of two. Alam mo, GPS, the power of two. GPS, the power of two. GPS, the power of two. Pag itong dalawang ito, it will give us the stability of our organization. Kasi lahat tayo magpo-flourish. Can you please type the word flourish? Ibig sabihin ng flourish, lalago. Kasi habang lumalago ka, lumalago din yung organization. Am I making sense, mga coaches? Can you please type on the chat box, flourish? Can you please type on the chat box, flourish? Flourish. Paano tayo mag-flourish? Two. Tingnan mo yung hands mo. Dalawa, nakasalalay sa dalawang ito. Number 1, GPS. Number 2, the power of 2. Kasi imagine mo, nag-GPS ka nga, hindi ka naman nagpa-power of 2. You are not teaching the 2 to get 2 and repeat. Useless yung GPS. So, kailangan magkasama yung dalawang yan. That's why, every time you look at your hands, it will remind you na nakasalalay sa dalawang kamay mo yung pagbibuild mo ng business na uumpisahan mo sa GPS at tratrabahuin mo sa power of 2. Clear po ba? Praise God. Is it clear? Is it clear, mga coaches? So, next slides. Okay. Anong sabi po dito? Personal value number 1. Let's talk about integrity. Ano po ba anong sinasabi sa Bible ng integrity? Ang sabi po sa Proverbs 11:3, the integrity of the uprights guides them. At sabi naman sa Colossians chapter 3 verse 23, whatever you do, work at it with all your hearts. Ngayon, let us examine our heart. Ano ba talaga yung nasa puso natin sa pagbibuild natin ng ating Live Good business? Are we full out? Are we 50-50? Or are we just watchers? So makikita po natin yun. So meaning, integrity means doing what is right even when no one is watching. So, anong binibigay sa atin dito na structure ng integrity? Whatever you do, work at it with all your hearts. So, let us be intentional. Nandito tayo kay Live Good is to spread out the good news. To help people get healthy and stay healthy without having to spend a fortune to do it. The intentionality of our heart that we are really here to mentor, to coach the people na nandito sa atin na hindi natin sila pababayaan. And now, point forward to emphasize that even no one is watching you, you have to be true to yourself. You know who you are. Integrity is about pagiging buo. And say it aloud. Sabihin niyo po ito ngayon, no? Kahit hindi po tayo nagkakarinigan, para marinig po natin. Say it aloud. Integrity is your inner compass in guiding every decision. Can you please say that? Integrity is your inner compass guiding every decision. So that is number 1. Are you getting on this? Can you please jot down notes kung ano po yung nakukuha nyo dito para mamaya sa ating pong reflective questions makapag-engage at maging interactive po tayo. Para at least pag halimbawa mamaya nagkaroon tayo ng discussions, hindi yung pag tinawag po tayo parang wala kang masabi. Hindi ka makapag-participate. Maybe because you are not ready. You are really not here. Maybe nandito tayo sa Zoom pero we are not intentional na makinig po talaga at matuto. I don't know. So those are just example. Okay? So number two is discipline. Yung discipline na to, lagi po natin tong pinag-uusapan. Pero it is written in 1 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 27 na ang sabi niya, I discipline my body and keep it under control. We can never control other people, right? Pero tayo, kaya nating i-discipline. Kaya nating kontrolin yung sarili talaga natin. Kaya kung halimbawa, yung iba hindi kikilos, yung iba ayaw mag-sign up, yung iba, you cannot control them, but you can control yourself through discipline. So ano pa yung sabi ng Proverbs chapter 12 verse 1? Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge. Please, sulat nyo po yan, napakaganda po niyan. Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge. Kasi useless po yung ating pong kaalaman, useless po yung pagkadami-dami po nating magagandang training sa masterclass, sa Friday Faith-led Gathering, kung hindi po natin yan i-execute through discipline. Hello? Guilty po ako dito. Napaka-undisciplined ko pagdating sa tulog. Kaya sabi ng anak ko, chinat talaga ako na, parang, alam mo yun, nasaktan din ako in a way, at grateful. Sabi niya, Ma, naka-ready na lahat ng kakainin mo. Yung mga proper food na kakainin mo. Pero kung hindi mo aayusin yung tulog mo, at hindi ka magsiseryoso dyan sa pag-e-exercise mo, useless ang lahat. Alam mo yun, parang nakaka-guilty. Kasi yun, napupuyat ako because of so many things na ginagawa ko. Hanggang sa yun, nagiging nocturnal na ako. Ako, guilty po ako dito. At ngayon pinagpipray ko na, Lord, ayusin niyo po yung sleeping pattern ko. So are you getting on this? Na sa buhay natin, hindi lang sa negosyo, na kahit anong madami po tayong kaalaman, pero kung hindi po tayo magiging disciplined to execute the knowledge that we have, magiging chaotic pa rin po yung structure natin in our life, in our business. So success in leadership is built through daily discipline. Daily discipline is the key to leadership success. Always remember that. Isulat niyo po yan. Example, consistent morning routines. Nagpipray tayo upon waking up. Daily learnings. Meron tayong mga 5 to 10 or 15 minutes na positive reading or reading maybe in your Bible or your books. Ano ba yung libro na binabasa mo? Or maybe you are reading any audiobook or nagbabasa ka ba ng audiobooks? At least meron po tayong daily learnings. At yung personal growth habits. Ano yung mga personal growth habits natin? For me, goal ko for this year, matapos ko yung Bible. So since ako ay auditory, I make it a point na nakakapakinig ako ng Bible everyday, kahit ilang chapters lang. Yung time na naghuhugas ako, yung time na nagtutupi ako ng aking kama, alam mo yun, multitasking po talaga. Not unless tataasan natin yung level of awareness of intentionality, na ang dami nating dapat ayusin pero hindi natin siya aayusin, nothing will happens. So, have that structure in our life, in your life. Kasi pag yan ay na-embed natin, alam nyo, magiging madali na lang. Na hindi ka babangon nang hindi ka nagpipray. Na hindi ka tatayo nang hindi ka nagbasa ng devotional book mo, ng Bible mo. Kahit isang verse lang sa isang araw. Alam mo ba yung faithfulness? Yung faithfulness ay napaka-importante yan sa sarili natin. na maging maayos talaga yung ating puso, yung kalooban ng puso natin. At hindi maaayos yung kalooban ng puso natin pag hindi po tayo faithful. Kaya yung discipline na yan, it derives also from our faithfulness inside. And now, no, yung discipline, yun po yung example na sinabi ko kanina na in every morning, ano ba yung focus natin? Focus on our morning routines, on our daily learnings, yung personal growth habits natin, yung ating power hour. Can you please type power hour? Can we have that structure na sa loob ng isang araw, yung isang araw natin, meron tayong 1 power hour, 1 hour power hour. 1 hour power hour na gagawin natin for Live Good. I think, no? And I believe that this will change the output. Kasi lahat tayo busy. Busy ka sa tindahan mo, busy ka sa trabaho mo, busy ka sa kung saan. Alam mo yung part-time job with full-time attitude? Narinig na natin yan dati, di ba? So bigyan natin ng 1 hour power hour kung ano man yung commitment mo sa sarili mo with discipline. And it will really change the result. So, can you please say it aloud to yourself? So ano yung sinasabi po natin dito na yung small discipline na yan, it leads to big results. At dapat maintindihan natin na making a daily routine, yung daily routine natin, daily motion, it relies on our hands. Nakasalalay talaga sa atin. Make a daily routine, motion with hands. Naggagawin talaga natin siya. So say it aloud to yourself. Pwede bang sabayan niyo ko? Small daily actions create unstoppable leaders. Can you please say it with me? Say it with me, mga coaches. Can you please say it with me? Can you please open your mic? Siguro mas maganda open your mic para at least naririnig ko that you are with me. Open your mic, please, and say it aloud. Banggitin po natin to. Small daily actions create unstoppable leaders.
Unstoppable leaders.
Can you please say with me, follow with me, okay? Small daily actions
Small daily actions
create unstoppable leaders.
create unstoppable
Create
leaders.
unstoppable leaders.
Thank you so much, mga coaches, di ba? So how does it feel, no, na naririnig natin, na pinopronounce natin sa ating sarili, na naririnig natin and we are also learning at the same time. So siguro, my Live Good family, I ask you to please jot this down. While we are working on the structure ng number 1 is integrity, tama? So ano yung ating pong declaration dito? Ano ba yung kailangan nating i-pronounce? So please jot down number 1. You are going to say it aloud. Siguro every morning, every evening, while framing our structure, our self structure, sabihin mo to. Number 1 sa integrity, say it. Integrity is your inner compass guiding every decision. Okay? Ulitin ko, no? Integrity is your inner compass guiding every decision. So I hope you got it. Sorry, wala po dyan sa slides. And number 2 is discipline. Small daily actions create unstoppable leaders. So that's number 2. That's the personal value number 2 na kailangan angkinin po talaga natin. Number 1, integrity, and number 2 is discipline. Now let's go to number 3. And number 3 is all about faithfulness. What is faithfulness? Bakit napaka-importante yan sa structure natin as a leader? Faithfulness, it says in Matthew chapter 25, verse 21, "Well done, good and faithful leaders, faithful servant." At sabi sa Galatians chapter 6, verse 9, "Let us not grow weary in doing good. Kung alam po natin yung intention ng heart natin ay maganda, mabuti, imaginein mo, mag-i-educate ka ng tao para maging healthy, mag-i-educate ka ng mga tao para maabot ang kanilang mga pangarap sa buhay. Grabe, tutulungan mo siya maging milyonaryo, tutulungan mo siya na maging healthy, tutulungan mo siya maging leader mo, best leader. Masama ba yun? How do you feel about it that you are a channel of blessing to that person? And that only happens with faithfulness. So meaning to say faithfulness means consistency even when results are not immediate. Maaaring hindi pa tayo diamond ngayon, pero pag ito inayos natin, alam niyo, ito yung road step natin to become diamond. Little by little, step by step. So again and again, faithfulness means consistency, even results, even without immediate result. So example, regularly mentoring your team. Halimbawa, meron kang 5 leaders. Monday, I got to work on Coach Charlene. Tuesday, I got to work on Coach Vic. Alam mo yung gano'n? Yung parang meron kang 5 haligi, yung power leader mo, you give yourself a time to each and every one of them na nakausap mo yan, nakumusta mo man lang yan, meron man lang kayo dyaang tawagan, kung kaya ng tawagan, di ba? So we are doing it intentionality. Okay? So, making follow through, making follow up. Yung pagpa-follow up ng ating mga Zooms, pagpa-follow up ng ating MWF. My Live Good Family, I cannot do it alone. Pag sinend ko sa inyo sa GC, pass it on. Imagine mo yung intentionality ko, siguro baka umay pa kayo sa akin. Sinend ko na sa GC, sinend ko pa sa inyo. Sabi ko gano'n. At maniwala kayo, even yung mga inactive na GC, hindi ko maiwanan talaga na hindi ko sila sindan. Kasi, I don't know, pinagpe-pray ko, hindi ko sila maiwanan eh. Kasi ang nagko-convict sa akin, makita nila, active pa tayo. Kasi hindi pa rin naman sila umaalis dun sa GC na yon. Nagkakaintindihan mga coaches? The fact na nandun pa sila sa GC na yon, maybe they're holding on. So that's faithfulness. That is a gesture of faithfulness. So kailangan, let's work it out na following through on promises. So dito po sa faithfulness, nodding repeatedly as a sign of consistency. So ano po, can we please say this aloud, no? Sa faithfulness. So say it, pronounce it, follow with me, no? Faithfulness means showing up even when results are unseen.
Faithfulness means
And showing up even results are. So kahit hindi pa po natin nakikita yung results, let us keep faithful. So are we learning on faithfulness? No? Even the results is still unseen. So personal number 4. Punta na po tayo sa number 4, no? So this is all about humility. So ano po yung sinasabi sa humility sa Bible, no? Sabi ng James chapter 4 verse 10, humble yourself before the Lord. And in Philippians chapter 2 verse 3, in humility, value others above yourself. Grabe, no? So humility, ibig sabihin, it keeps leaders teachable. It keeps leaders to be humble. Example, accepting feedback from your team, from your mentors, without pride, with an open heart. Maraming tao na pag feedback, akala, attack. Pero ang hindi tayo nagiging aware na yung feedback is the area for us to really grow. Na mag-grow pa po tayo. Grabe, no? Yun po yung purpose po yun po yung tulong po ng humility. And syempre, if hindi po tayo humble before the Lord, mas sinusunod natin yung makamundong gusto natin kaysa sa kagustuhan ng Panginoon, paano tayo i-blessed? So the same thing also dito sa ating pong pagbibuild ng business. So humility, it keeps leaders teachable. So let us bow slightly. Okay lang po ba na let us bow slightly and open your arms, parang ganito po, naka-open yung arms natin. And say this aloud. Sabihin po natin ito that a humble leader remains teachable no matter the status. So uulitin ko, no, nakatingin po tayo sa ating pong palad. A humble leader remains teachable no matter the status. Alam niyo po ba na this ego, it kills our dreams. The pride and the ego kills our dreams. Kaya dito sana habang lumalaki tayo, tumataas ang ranggo natin, the more na maging humble talaga tayo. Kasi pag inilayo natin yung humility na yan sa sarili po natin, tinanggal po natin yan, it keeps us away, no? ng ating pong pag-grow. At yung wisdom, paano tayo magkakaroon po ng more wisdom kung hindi po tayo magiging humble? So I hope na naintindihan natin na we have to keep humble as leaders. Kahit anong ranggo na natin, still, di ba yung mga nagpapakumbaba ng mga leader, di ba sobrang nakaka-appreciate yung mga leaders na parang hindi mo akalain na andun sila sa taas. Yung they remain reachable. So let us have that value. Let us put that structure in us, no? Na ma-implement natin yung humbleness. So look always at ourselves that a humble leader remains teachable no matter what the status. Okay? So number 5. So let's proceed. Number 5. Ano yung number 5 na structure na kailangan nating iayos sa ating sarili? Responsibility. Wow. So ano po ang sabi dito sa responsibility sa Romans chapter 14 verse 12? Each of us will give an account to God. Lahat po tayo niyan tatanungin O Bilma, anong ginawa mo sa mundo? 'Di ba? So God will really, we have to be accountable before God kung ano po yung mga pinagagawa natin. And as leaders also, habang nandito tayo sa earth, nandito pa tayo sa lupa, tayo sa pagbibuild ng ating business, let's be accountable to ourselves. Ano bang ginawa natin? Paano ba tayo talaga nag-build? So, ibig sabihin, leaders take ownership of their action, decisions, and growth. Hindi po tayo nandito na blaming game. Let us be accountable. Ano yung mali sa atin? So, leaders take ownership of actions, decisions, and results. Example, owning mistakes publicly and correcting them instead of blaming others. Marami pong ganon na pag nagka-problema, ay hindi ako may kasalanan yan. Ang may kasalanan si ganito, si ganyan. So let's take responsibility. So can we put our hands on our chest? Okay lang po ba? Ilagay natin yung ating kamay sa ating chest. And sabihin po natin, leadership is a trust. Use your gifts wisely. So bawat isa sa atin mga coaches, may mga kanya-kanya po tayong galing. May mga kanya-kanya po tayong gifts. At habang tayo po ay nandito, no, gamitin po natin yung gift na yon. Kilalanin po natin, ano ba yung gift na binigay sa akin ng Panginoon? Utilize that. And having lived good in our life is really a blessing. Anong sabi ko? Hulog ng langit. an opportunity of a lifetime of an opportunity. So no matter how great the products are, kung hindi tayo gagamit, no matter how lucrative the pay plan is, kung hindi natin i-execute yung pagpapalaki ng ating business by the power of two and molding ourselves to be educated, to be learned through GPS system, kahit ang ganda-ganda po ng structure na ginagawa po natin, if we are not taking responsible sa ating pagbibuild, 7 p.m. But hindi natin binibigyan ng importance. Do you think it is a good gestures? I'm not saying this to attack or magparinig, hindi. Andito po tayo para magnilay-nilay, magbulay-bulay na am I responsible enough as a leader? Am I responsible enough as a child of God? Am I responsible enough as a husband, as a wife, as a parent, as a mother, as a daughter, as a child of God? Am I responsible enough on the gift that God gave me? So ano yung nakikita natin dito? Ito yung talagang sense of intentionality. Na let us be responsible. Kasi alam nyo po, pag nagkaroon po tayo niyang values na yan, that we are really responsible in our business, responsible sa ating mga dapat gawin, diba? Ay grabe, yung results mangyayari po yan. Magkakaroon po tayo ng massive results. So responsibility is a very, very important values, and that is value number 5. Now let's go to value number 6. So type lang po dyan sa chat box yung word po na responsibility. So nakakalimutan ko lang po, no? So type po natin sa chat box the word responsibility para nagre-resonate po sa atin yung message. So responsibility. So please help me type on the chat box responsibility. So yung sinabi ko po na, di ba, yung ano natin sa responsibility, you are going to put your hand on your chest and sabihin nyo yan, isulat nyo po ito, no? Leadership is a trust. Use your gifts wisely. So isulat nyo po yun para at least every time you are working on this value of responsibility, you will be reminded, no, to yourself na leadership is a trust. Use your gifts wisely. Ibig sabihin, gamitin natin yung pagiging affiliate natin, gamitin natin yung pagiging leader natin, gamitin natin yung talento natin na nandito tayo, gamitin natin yung kaalaman natin, may napakaganda tayong mensahe na pwedeng i-share sa kapwa natin. Adding value to people, adding on value to people. Kaya yung pagpo-post natin sa social media, na ano man yung mga little wisdom in your knowledge, in yourself, post it out. Kahit wala pong graphics kahit text lang, diba? Ngayon, ang suggestion ko is yung text mo, mag-maintain ka ng certain color. Halimbawa, kaya nga pag nag-aral na po tayo, pupunta na po tayo sa branding, pupunta na po tayo doon talaga sa mga detailed na learnings. Dami-dami po talaga, promise. Ngayon, meron tayong branding na naiiwan sa tao. Si Coach B, kulay pink yan. Si Coach Charlene, kulay gold yan. Si Coach B, royal blue yan. Alam mo yung mga ganun, ano? Kasi meron po tayong color palette sa ating pong personality. Kaya yun po yung mga bagay na pag-aaralan din po natin. Okay? So, that's it, no? So, I hope you get the responsibility.